Hello, and welcome to another Rangaroos unit of the week. And today we are taking a look at the Israeli Pereh. So the Pereh is a rather interesting tank, even though it's technically not a tank. It looks like a tank, it moves like a tank, and well, it has a gun like a tank, but it's actually an anti-tank guided missile carrier. Because you see, the cannon on the front is completely useless, it's just here to look scary, and on the back of the elongated turret is drove, spike, and NOS missiles. And well, because it looks like a tank, it's not going to seem as scary to an enemy combatant than, let's say, an ATGM carrier, because that's more of a priority target to destroy. And the whole idea is that you should be able to engage enemy vehicles from such a long distance before they could even engage Israeli tanks, because the Israelis always had problems in previous wars fighting against their neighbours, because they'd always outnumber them an awful lot when it came to armoured vehicles. And this was such a secret vehicle, yet it wasn't actually declassified till 2015 to the general public. So yeah, it's a tank, yet not a tank, but actually a big scary missile launcher. In battle, the Pereh is a 110 point vehicle with one weapon available turret. And that weapon being a spike NOS missile, or 24 of these guided missiles available to the vehicle, with a range of ground of pretty much 3 kilometers, 60% accuracy, 27 AP, and a reload time of 30 seconds. But yeah, it is after you fired your entire volley, I believe, not in between each shot. But it's a very powerful missile all around. Good range, good accuracy, and a very powerful armor penetration damage. And to top it all off, you got 24 of these things, probably making this the most heavily armed in terms of ammunition ATGM vehicle there is in Wargame. And if you pop down to his miscellaneous stats, it's 6 frontal armor, 3 on the side, 1 at back, and 1 up top. 10 HP, medium size, sport optics, a speed of 50 kilometers an hour and a road speed of 110, autonomy of 460 kilometers, year restricted to 1986, type restricted to mechanized armored and support decks, and it's also a prototype unit. Now in battle, the Pereh is a rather powerful ATGM vehicle, one of the few ones that I can say fall into that category, because, well, I'm just going to be honest, a lot of ATGM vehicles in Wargame just suck and not that good to use. And it's nothing really to do with the weapons that they're using. It's because when they shoot, they are spotted. And when you're spotted with a shorter range ATGM, you're probably going to get some ATGMs in the face as well. If you're using like a cheap version, for example, you're pretty much just going to die to anything that spits at you. Especially against Redfall with all their crazy ATGM tanks. The only 2 vehicles I think are good for such role, apart from this one, is the Bradley Recon, because it can shoot without getting spotted, and it has a very powerful missile, the TOW2, and the Chinese one that I completely forgot the name of, but it's also 80 points, because that also has long range. And the Pereh kind of falls into the Chinese category. It has such a long range that even if, you do get spotted after shooting, you have enough time to reverse, because usually after 2,800 meters is what I want to say is the safe spot, because that's where a lot of enemy helicopter and some enemy tank ATGMs can reach out to. Now in terms of the Pereh, it's actually not that good of an idea to bring its tank up. It's a much better idea just to get a Hafiz. The main reason I made this video about the Pereh is that it has a cooler history. And for 30 points left through the Hafiz, you lose 10% accuracy and you lose some frontal armor and side armor and some other stats, but you're also a bit faster and a bit harder to hit due to a smaller size. But the missile system itself is extremely bloody powerful. In long range engagements against enemy Redfall tanks, you are going to be coming out on top, and that is a rather rare thing for any Blue 4 faction, because Redfall usually has the ATGM game. And yeah, the Pereh/Hafiz is long range anti-tank destruction, even though one of them is kind of a tank but not really. And I'm going to leave that off on that. This has been another Rangaroos unit of the week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as usual, please just take it easy.